I spent years figuring out how to manage my finances the right way, not through any luck, not through any hype, and definitely not through any get-rich-quick schemes. I did it by building habits that actually work. And today I'll be sharing 7 money habits that have completely changed my finances. Habits that anyone can start today. Stick around because at the end I'll show you how these habits naturally lead into side hustles and that can help you make your first £100 or dollars online. I used to live paycheck to paycheck, wasted money on things that I didn't need, stressed about bills, and no matter how hard I tried, it felt like I was just always behind. What changed wasn't my income at first, but it was actually my habits. And most of them aren't that exciting, to be honest, but they work. So let's start with the first one. Habit number 1 is that I pay myself first. The first thing I do when I get paid is to pay myself first, before the rent, before the bills, before groceries, before spending, because I don't wait to see what's left at the end of the month, because from experience I know that's not that much. I do it as soon as I get paid. So I treat the savings like a non-negotiable bill. In the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, this idea comes up and the principle stuck with me because it's so simple, it works. You stop living in what's leftover mode. Money starts to grow instead of disappearing. Everything else just has to adjust around me, not the other way around. Even if it's just 5% of what I earn that I keep aside, it compounds over time and you end up building a small buffer. So if I had an unexpected bill or the car needed fixing unexpectedly, I wasn't in panic mode because that small buffer helped me to pay that bill. So the small takeaway from this habit is that put money aside the minute you get paid. Don't wait to see what's left at the end of the month. Habit number 2, I pay my credit cards in full. I use credit cards and I never carry the balance. Paying the minimum feels harmless at the time, but interest adds up quietly in the background. And before you know it, you're paying the bank more of your hard-earned money and what the item actually costs. So now what I do is that I pay my credit cards in full every month. No interest, no debt piling up, and a lot less stress at the end of the month as well. Some finance books say controlling debt is the foundation of building wealth. And they're right, because if you're paying more in interest to the bank than you're earning, you're basically working for the bank. So if I can't pay for something by the end of the bill is due, then I just don't buy it. It's as simple as that. So the takeaway from this habit is, so if you can't pay for it in full, think twice before buying it. Habit number 3, I audit where my money goes. Once a month, usually around the first of every month, I sit down for about 30 minutes and look at exactly where my money is going. Subscriptions, apps, streaming services, small recurring payments, even if it's coffee. I've actually caught myself paying for things I wasn't even using anymore. Once I cancelled them, it felt like I'd given myself a pay rise. The money wasn't gone, it was just leaking. So an action step from this habit is to review where every pound or dollar is leaving your account this week and cancel any unwanted subscriptions or anything that doesn't add value to your life. Treating money like different buckets creates clarity. It removes that temptation and it massively reduces impulse spending. That's a habit number 6 that I will explain more about later on in the video. When I have these different money buckets, it just creates clarity, because when everything is in one account, it's so easy to lie to yourself to think that you have just so much money, so it's so much easy just to spend it on frivolous things. So an action step from this habit is open another account. So have at least 2 accounts open, one for bills and one for savings, and see how much more in control you feel. And habit number 5, I review and reduce my bills. This habit alone has helped me save thousands over time. I keep a note of whenever my contracts are up for a renewal, my mobile phone, gas, internet, electric, car insurance. So before they're up for renewal, I check if I can get any better deals. Sometimes I switch, sometimes I negotiate with the company to get a better deal, and sometimes I just realize that I've been massively overspending. This habit requires you to pay attention to whenever each contract is up for renewal. So the takeaway from this habit is to never let your bills auto-renew. Loyalty usually costs more. Habit number 6. I control my impulse buying. I used to buy things on impulse, especially gadgets and clothes. And most of the time I just didn't wear the item or didn't use the gadget, and I just regretted the purchase. Now, before I buy anything, I ask myself this: do I actually need this? Or is it just a momentary urge? and I give myself time. I usually wait 24 hours before I purchase it. The 24-hour financial strategy is designed to curb impulse buying by requiring you to wait one full day before that purchase. The main benefit of this is that it breaks that psychological cycle of emotional spending, helping you to save money by ensuring your money is spent only on the things that truly give you value. And here are a few benefits of implementing this 24-hour rule. It disrupts the dopamine hit. Impulse buying is often driven by temporary feelings like boredom or stress or that fear of just missing out. By enforcing that 24-hour rule and waiting that period, you allow that initial urge to fade. And in most cases, that chemical spike that you're experiencing just settles, and that desire to buy that item disappears. So the takeaway from this habit is slow down your spending. Space and that pause creates clarity. Habit number 7, I save and invest at the same time. Once I built a small saving buffer, I start investing. Nothing extreme, nothing reckless, a mix of safer investments and some slightly high risk investments, but it's everything within my comfort zone, because I don't want my money to just be sitting in my bank account and losing its value. I want it working quietly in the background for me, and consistently investing, it compounds over time to help you grow your wealth. So the takeaway from this habit is to, once you've got your small savings buffer in place, start thinking of investing your money as well. Habit number 8. Yes, I know that the title and description says 7 money habits, but this last one is more of a thought that brings everything together, and it's still really important. And it's habit number 8, mindset. I think long term. This mindset ties everything together. Financial freedom isn't about buying nice things today that sometimes you can't even afford, but it's about habits that compound over time. Every pound or dollar saved, every impulse avoided, every good decision made before I spend money. Now I ask, is this moving me closer to where I want to go? Or is it giving me just a short dopamine hit? Asking that question to myself when I'm about to purchase something has changed everything for me. So here's the key. Habits create control. Control creates options. And when you have options, you feel more in control of your life, which then leads to better financial decisions. Once you stop leaking money and start building buffers, you can do more with what you have. And that's where side hustles come in. And in the next video, I'll be breaking down 3 realistic side hustles that can help you make your first £100 or dollars online. And it's these exact habits that can help and fund them. Think of it as a pipeline. You have your habits, you have your side hustles, and you have your investments. Each step makes the next one easier. Please do hit that subscribe button because I don't want you to miss out. So these are the habits that I live by. I'm not perfect, but it's these routines keep my money calm, controlled, and help me keep moving forward. Pick one habit you can start today, just one, to help you reach your financial goals. So if you're rebuilding your finances or your mindset, or you're hoping to make your first £100 or dollars online, then you're in the right place. Please subscribe to Modest Money Matters. No hype, no panic, just real progress one step at a time. I hope you found value in this video. Please do hit that like button and again that subscribe button because I don't want you to miss out on the next video, and I hope to see you in the next one.